Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nuno and my name is Johnny and I didn't sleep today and did get dressed and I don't care, fuck everything. Yeah, today's not been a good day. I haven't had a lot of sleep, neither has Johnny, but we got a video to do, so let's do it. This is actually my first top 10 video. I've always felt a bit weird, like it's a real responsibility to do a top 10 and how do I really rank stuff, and am I sure that in a couple of months it's not going to change? I mean, things are constantly changing, you know, your favorites or games you like, the games that you played more recently, generally you like or hate more, and it's complicated. And for reviews it was too, but I have to start. And still, I'm going to start this top 10. It's not a real top 10. I didn't select my best games or anything. As you read in the title, this is my top 10 most played games of the first half of 25. And if you want, you can just skip this intro. There's chapters and just go ahead to number 10 and just see them. And now for some caveats about this list. First, this was a really different year for me. First, because I decided to become a YouTuber talking about board games, so that totally changed the games I played, and it's going to be apparent in this list, really apparent. And also, it's been a really different year for me. This year I started playing solo games, and also I only started recording my games at the end of February. And I'm going off those stats to make my top 10 list. You know, I just went into my stats and see what are the games I played the most times in 25 on the first half, the first 6 months. And that's it. So there's 2 months missing. And those 2 months were before the whole solo thing, before the YouTube thing. So those 2 months are completely different from the rest. So those months are not going to be in here. So it's skewed, but let's just see how it goes. And it's going to be easy to see this. Anyway, on to number 10. And number 10, Jesus fucking Christ, it's not the right one. Yeah, this was not at all the best day to do this. And my table, it's got Terraforming Mars kind of set up, kind of. I was learning it, but my mind was just too far gone today. I couldn't even finish learning the game, and I'm not going to, clean it up just to make a video and then put it back up. Forget it. It's my first top 10, so forget it. So, again, let's go. Number 10. And number 10, and by the way, yeah, another caveat before number 10. Most of these games, I play them, the play count is really similar. So the fact that some games have the same number, the way I sorted them is by play hours. The games that I spent the most time with are going to come first. So again, number 10. And number 10, we got Agropolis, or Agropolis, not sure. Doesn't matter. Anyway, this game, what's up with this game? I basically played this a lot because, as I said, I started my journey on solo gaming, and Sprawlopolis was really cool, was a real surprise for me. I had only played it co-op and I didn't really like it co-op. And I also had Agropolis because they were so cheap that I got them both. And I'll try my best to not say the name again in case I'm saying it wrong. But yeah, I just thought Agropolis looked better, a bit more contrast on the colors, it looked more appealing, so I kind of played it more in the beginning, not now if you consider the last few weeks and the whole year, but I played it more at the time. And it's a really good game. It's a game that I think deserves to be on the list. Not as much as Sprawlopolis, because at this point in time I prefer Sprawlopolis. Agropolis is basically the same, but it's just a tiny bit harder. And Sprawlopolis, it's a game that I already find really difficult and fun, so I just prefer Sprawlopolis now. And to anybody that doesn't know, Sprawlopolis, Agropolis, is a simple game where you get cards that have 4 kinds of terrain, and you have to lay them on a table and stack them in order to fulfill some objectives that you have, and those objectives have a certain point threshold that you have to beat to pass the game. And it's a really hard game, really easy game, super easy to set up, super easy to play. It's like, for me, it's a perfect game. The only caveat that it's not a perfect game is that it says co-op on the box and plays more than 1 player. And that's not true. For me, it only works as a solo. And it's the only reason I've given this game a 9.5 on my review. Or will. And by the way, maybe I'm saying this wrong, maybe it's not a 9.5, but by the way, as you can see below, for every game, I'm going to post a small picture of BTG that includes my rating of the game. And I think it will be fun to see at every point. I will start doing that in videos, so it's fun to see how my ratings will change over time. And now, that's over. I already talked too much about this game. Let's move on to number 9. And number 9 is Cascadia. And like Agropolis, I played Agropolis 7 times this year, not counting those 2 months. And Cascadia, I also played 7 times, but obviously it's a bit longer game, so it comes after. And I've already talked a lot about Cascadia. Cascadia is one of the most recent, most successful tile-laying games where you're going to lay tiles and try to achieve points by having certain kinds of terrain form a big cluster. And you also have animals that you put and you try to score those animals according to cards with patterns. And it's one of the best games out there. I've already talked too much about this game. Everybody knows this game. It's a game that if you're starting the hobby, if you like light games, family games, and you're looking for a lightweight game that you can play with especially 2 or 3 players, Cascadia is something you can't go wrong with. It's really cool. It also has an amazing solo mode with challenges. So I've already lost so much time with Cascadia videos recently, so let's just skip to the next one. Number 8. Number 8 is World Wonders. And World Wonders is a game that I think is really good. Actually, I played it 7 times, which is the exact same as the other 2 games, but it's a longer game. It's one of maybe my wife's favorite game right now. Before this, it was Istanbul. We played a lot of Istanbul. I even think that if this list included January and February, Istanbul would probably be number 1 because we are just playing that game over and over. And World Wonders, we haven't played it that much, but it's our favorite game, and we played it a ton to 2 players. I also played it a couple of times solo, and we even played it with 4 players 2 times. And both times that we've played it with 2 different groups, both groups on that game night, both said in different days, like, this was the best game we played and I want to buy this game. It's a really good game. It's a game that is really simple, is easy to learn. I wouldn't say it's the simplest game per se, but people just have an easy time getting it. It's like, because it's Tetris or Polyominoes, I don't know, people have an easy time getting it. And the old history thing, the old wooden wonders, people just love them. It's just a really cool game, and I advise anyone to get it. It's a really good family game. It's a less light than Cascadia, for example, but I really think it's an awesome game. And yeah, I should explain what World Wonders is about. Basically, World Wonders is a polyomino game, which means that you're taking small roads and buildings and city districts, and you're laying them in a grid and trying to do that according to certain rules of what can go where, and then you're trying to score it all in the end. And yeah, I'm shit at explaining games, but I'm going to try and be better. I know I said like explaining games is not my thing, and I'm not going to do it, but I am starting to do it, because I just go back on my word and admit when I'm wrong. And I actually realized that even though it's hard work and there's a ton of people better than me at explaining games, I should try to do it just a little bit so I can also improve at it, because it's important for me, especially when I'm teaching games. All the experience is good just to make better experience for others. So yeah, that's the reason. And yeah, that's got nothing to do with this list. But here I am making a shitty top 10 list. Let's just hope I improve in the future. Let's go on. Number 7. Number 7 is Splendor, a game I kinda hate, because I've been vomiting Splendor for the last couple of years. And it's just, for me, it's I didn't even know I played it this many times, and it was 8. I played it 8 times in these 4 months. And it's basically the game my father and my family always are up for playing, so that's the reason I kind of play it. And I only played it 8 times because I said no to this game like 20 times. Because if I didn't, I would have played it 28 times, and that's it. And Splendor, it's a game where you it's a game where you're just collecting cards. You're building an engine, and to build an engine, you have to get some coins, and then you spend those coins to get cards, and those cards give you coins too. So as you progress in the game, you start getting a better and better engine, and you start having more and more coins to get better and better cards. And those cards also have points, and the game is basically a race to 15 points. It's about who can build the best engine for getting to 15 points in the less amount of time. And it's a really cool game. It's a game I advise anyone to get, even more than Cascade and World Wonders, because in my personal experience, Splendor just gets people hooked. Non-gamers freaking love this game, and even though I'm vomiting this game and it's a light game, it actually has some surprising depth. If you want to go into it, just watch some tournaments. It's a game you can really go in depth into. And I've talked enough about Splendor. Let's go to number 6. And number 6 is number 6 is Marvel United Spider-Geddon. Sorry guys, I'm speed running this today. I had a really bad day. I normally record videos at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. in the morning, and I'm recording this at almost 8 in the afternoon or in the night. I really had a bad day. I didn't sleep at all. Johnny is completely fucked up. He's just, don't mention me, man. Let me. Oh, that's a bad day, but I have to do something. I can just like have a bad day and not do something. Yeah. Marvel United Spider-Geddon. So when I first got Marvel United, I didn't really like it. I was a bit disappointed. I played it co-op. It was my first time and I kind of forgot about it. And then as I got into solo gaming, I tried it again solo, learned it properly, and I actually realized it could be a lot of fun. It's a simple game, but it can really be a lot of fun. And started playing it more and more, even played it co-op with my wife and actually enjoyed it a lot compared to the first time. So I kind of started getting into the collector mentality and wanting to get more stuff. So I bought Marvel United Spider-Geddon and I kind of loved it. I'm not a Marvel fanboy by any stretch of the imagination. I'm actually a bit of a snob or against it. It's just become so popular and there's so many movies that they're not bad, but they're not that great, and it's kind of diluting cinema. And yeah, I'm a cinema snob. So it's not like I love it that much, but still, Spider-Man was always one of my favorite things, so I wanted to get this, and it's a really good game. It's a really good game. Marvel United, it's a really good game too. We'll talk about that in the future. Surprise, surprise. And it's just a really cool game. I actually, if you like Spider-Man, I actually think it's a bit better, not better, but more interesting than the Marvel United core box, just because it has a bit more going on for it. I don't know. It's hard to sell, and it's hard to say. Any Marvel United core box is fine. Just buy whatever you want. It's a really cool game, especially if you want to co-op with children that like Marvel, or people that like Marvel in general, or you're just up from some silly solo game that, it's just fun. And again, I should explain the game. But basically, you have 1 or 2 or 3 heroes, and you have 6 locations, and you have a villain, and you have some cards that have like one ability, either punching someone, or doing something, rescuing someone, or just moving. And that's basically it. You just have some cards with either of those 3 actions, and you decide if you want to move, if you don't, if you're going to punch some villain, or if you're going to rescue someone, and that's basically it. And you have to use that to clear some objectives so you can get to the boss and kill the boss. And you have to do all of that while the boss tries to kill you and everyone else tries to kill you. It's a fun game. It's a really well-known game. Sorry for doing such a shit job, but it's only a way to get better, is to start below. So, enough about that. Number 5. Number 5 is Mintworks. And Mintworks is a really weird for me. I even feel bad having Mintworks on this list, because I don't like Mintworks that much. I don't remember which score I gave it, if it was a 7. I think it was a 7. I don't enjoy Mintworks that much. I played it 9 times, by the way. And I did that because of all of this, becoming a YouTuber, and I decided it was one of the first games I was going to review, and I was getting into solo, so I wanted to experiment with the solo mode for that game, and I just played it a ton. And played it and did the review, and I never touched it again. And I don't think it's an horrible game, it's just a game I don't like that much. It's a game I keep in my collection, and I think has value, because it's the only micro worker placement game I have. And if I'm in a situation where I want to play a worker placement and I don't have a table, or for some reason I need a micro game to take with me, and it's worker placement, I'm going to play that one. But apart from that, it's a game I don't play. So it's weird to have a game that for me, compared to every game I've said on this list that it's some of my favorite games, this one is not. But still, I have to make a list about stats, and that's the way it goes. And yeah, I was a bit disappointed to see that I didn't play other games enough times that Mintworks would not be on the list, but it is. So I gotta play more games and stay awesome. That's what I gotta do. And yeah, it's basically a really micro game where you lay some cards, where those cards have actions you can take by using your mints, and normally the actions concern getting more mints or getting some plans to build some other buildings, and those buildings give you points, and that's it. Yeah, I'm awesome. And number 4. Number 4, surprise, surprise, is Marvel United, the core box. I played it 9 times, so a bit more than Spider-Geddon. And yeah, it's the exact same thing I already talked about Spider-Geddon. It's an awesome game. It's a game that most people will like. It's silly fun. Not silly, but it's fun. It's light. It's not that easy. And it's really cool. It's really cool. It's a game I don't bust out Marvel United that much, but when I do, I generally bust it out like a few days in a row and I try to beat 1 or 2 or 3 villains. And some are hard, some are a real challenge. Even though the game is quite crazy, quite lucky, and maybe I'm exaggerating a bit. As I said, I didn't sleep today, so enough about Marvel United. Let's go to number 3. And these are the top 3, like my favorite games. No, they're not my favorite games, but they are certainly the games I played most. So, number 3, Escape the Curse of the Temple. Played it 10 times. And I'm going to tell you, of these 10 times, like 9, probably 9 were solo plays. Why? Because I wanted to review the game, I wanted to get into solo gaming, and I had Escape in my collection, and it had a solo mode, and I never tried it solo, so I just tried it. And it's not one of my favorite games. I really like it. Multiplayer, when I played it's a blast. But solo, even though I had fun, I'm not sure I'm ever going to play it solo again. But the thing is, when you do play it, it's fun, and it takes 10 minutes, and you already got it set up, so why not just play it again? And I kind of played it like 8 times almost. It was on the same day, but I think I played it like 3 or 4 times just in a row. And that's 40 minutes, that's nothing. And then later I just played it again a ton. Because why not? Let me play it, let me get the feeling for it. I'm going to review it later, so yeah, that's it. So my third choice, my number 3 is not a game if I was telling you my top 10 games that I played this year, probably this would not be number 3 by any stretch. And now, number 2. And number 2 is Race for the Galaxy, which is even worse, because I really disliked Race for the Galaxy. And the reason it's number 2, and I played it 12 times, is because this game is such a classic, people love it so much that I just kept trying to love it. And it's supposedly not an easy game to get into, so I just played it again and again and again, and I don't like it. I understand that it is a good game, I can play it and see why people like it. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but I really don't like it, and I don't have fun playing it. And I've actually already sold my copy, even though it's the second game I played the most, so it's just sad. This is a sad list. And by the way, I played, what's it called? The Veil of Eternity soon after this, and I was just like, yeah, it's a similar game, simpler and so much better and so much. I played the first game and I had fun, and I played the 5th game and I had fun, and with Race for the Galaxy I was not having fun in my 12th play, so that's just how it is. And now let's go to number 1. And number 1, I am proud about number 1. Number 1 is Warp's Edge. And what can I tell you about Warp's Edge? Warp's Edge is the game that every time I searched anything about solo gaming or what games to start your collection solo, Warp's Edge kept coming up and coming up and coming up. And it's the type of game you probably, unless you really like the image of a spaceship in space or something, it's a game that every time I looked at it, I just dismissed it. And dismissed it until at a certain point my brain was like, man, stop. People keep talking about this game. Yeah, it doesn't look shiny. But every time you search for the best games to start solo, there's always someone that just talks about this game, and it's not a game that has hype behind it, but it's a game that just seems good. So I bought it and I tried it. And when I first tried it, it was good, and I just lost incredibly. And I kept playing, and I kept losing, and every time I kept liking it more and more and more and more. And at this point, I've played it 15 times, and I gotta say, I love this game. This game is incredible. It's really incredible. I don't love the team, I don't care for the team, I don't care for anything. It's not a game that is appealing to me, even when I leave it on the shelf, but I know I'm going to have a great time. It's one of the best games. I would recommend anyone to buy if they want to buy a light, medium back builder to play solo. I would just, and I don't even know a lot of back builders. I think this is the only back builder I have, but this is just a great game. It's just a great game, deserves to be number one. I'm proud of this one on the list, so I'm glad number one saved me, and this list can have some meaning in my life. And when I look back on it, it's just not going to be just all sadness. It's going to be something that I can enjoy. And I realized that for the last like 5 games, I forgot to explain what they were about. So sorry about that. I'll do my best to get better at it. And Johnny, are you... Johnny? What's happening? We're doing a video. Terraforming Mars, man. This game. Johnny, shut up, man. We're not talking about terraforming Mars. We aren't? No, we were doing the top 10 video. Terraforming Mars is just on the table because I want. Yeah, man. Sorry. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to do another top 10 next, and it's just going to be crap like this one. I'm going to do the top 10 of the games I spent the most time with in the first half of 25. So some of these games might be there, others might not, because there's games you play once or twice, but they are big experiences, they take a long time. So I guess if I'm doing the top 10 about the games that I played most, I also have to do the games I spent the most time with, because it would just do a disservice to those games, and it wouldn't be faithful to look like, yeah, these are the games that I played the most, that I spent more time with. No, I didn't spend more time with. These are mostly quick and light and short games. So until next time, and I hope in the next video I'm better and I slept, and yeah, I'm just rambling. Play more games and stay awesome.